There are moments in life when silence doesn't just surround you, it devours you. You sit in that crushing quiet, feeling the weight of every mistake, every heartbreak, every moment you thought was safe, and it hits you like a freight train. It's like someone yanked the ground out from under you, and now you're free falling into a void, gasping for air that feels miles out of reach. Your body trembles, your mind races, and every breath you take feels borrowed. The world around you is still, but your soul is in flames. You've been there. I don't need to ask. You know what it's like. The betrayal from someone you trusted with your life. The sharp sting of abandonment when you thought they'd never leave. The lie that rips through you like a dagger, cold, clean, without mercy. The phone that never rings, the friends that vanish without a trace, the partner who promised forever and then walked away without a glance back. And in that void, when everything is broken and you're alone with your pain, there's one question echoing in your mind. Why me? Life doesn't ask permission before it wrecks you. It doesn't gently knock on your door. It kicks it down, slamming you with more than you can bear. The betrayal, the humiliation, the loss. It doesn't warn you, doesn't soften the blow. It hits you hard and fast. And what do? We react, we explode, we crumble. We drown in our thoughts like a man sinking in quicksand. We beg for a break, for something, anything to make it stop. We scream at the world, at the unfairness, at the cruelty. We blame others. We point fingers. We play the victim because, let's face it, it feels good to let it all out. But here's the brutal truth. That's not living. That's dying on the inside. This is where most men break. This is where the weak are separated from the strong. The world doesn't care about your pain. It won't slow down for your suffering. It won't pause to give you time to recover. So if you want to stay standing when the storm comes crashing down on you, you have to change your approach. The answer isn't running. It isn't hiding. It's standing still in the chaos, with a fire in your eyes and a mind that doesn't bend. The answer lies in learning to control how you react, not what happens to you. Epictetus said it perfectly. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. And this is where the real transformation happens. This isn't some fluffy philosophy that makes you feel good for a minute. This is raw survival. This is where you stop begging for the world to be fair and start becoming the man who doesn't need the world to change in order to stand tall. You stop running from pain and you start learning how to use it, how to turn that suffering into strength. You see, Stoicism isn't about pretending life's easy. It's about facing the hardest moments and saying, I'm still here and I'm not going anywhere. It's about making your peace untouchable. It's about transforming your pain into power. You don't hide from life's punches. You face them head-on with the kind of mental toughness that would make even the strongest flinch. What if I told you, you can't be touched? Not by betrayal, not by lies, not by anything this world throws your way. Because once you learn to train your mind to stay steady in the storm, nothing will ever break you again. This video isn't just for you to watch. This is your battle cry. These 10 Stoic principles are weapons. They're forged in the furnace of pain, sharpened on the grindstone of life. Every principle is a tool to build the fortress around your mind, to make you untouchable. You're not just learning a philosophy, you're learning how to survive and thrive when life tries to tear you apart. So stop everything. Take a breath. Let the silence wrap itself around you, but don't let it break you. Sit with it. Feel the pain in your chest. Own it, and then get ready. Because when you finish this video, you'll be standing on the other side, stronger than you've ever been, like this video. Share it with the ones who are fighting silently, who are drowning in the pain of betrayal and loss. Subscribe, because this journey doesn't end here. Not for you, not for the man who dares to build himself from the wreckage. And comment below with this affirmation, because the world is about to see who you really are. I'm building a mind that nothing can break. Now let's get into it. Number 1. Reframe pain into power. Pain isn't your enemy, it's your awakening. Most people beg for comfort like it's a god, but comfort softens you, blinds you, kills you slowly with a smile. Pain, though? Pain is honest. It strips away the fake smiles, the hollow motivation, the sugar-coated lies you tell yourself when no one's watching. It breaks you open, and in that shattering it whispers, "Now show me what's real." The world tries to shield you from discomfort, but the Stoic walks barefoot into the storm, because he knows nothing beautiful grows in safety. You don't find yourself in the light. You meet yourself in the dark, when you're abandoned, betrayed, gutted from the inside out. When the voices stop, the hands let go, and you're face down in the dirt, choking on your own breath. That's when the truth crawls out. That's when your spirit screams back. Not in words, but in will. In the choice to keep going when everything inside you begs to quit. That's not motivation. That's war. And if you win that war inside you, there's nothing outside that can ever beat you again. Epictetus had chains on his legs, but not on his mind. They snapped his bones, but couldn't touch his essence. He didn't cry for rescue. He burned brighter. Suffering, he said, comes from trying to control what's not yours. And that's the dagger most people miss. You're not destroyed by pain. You're destroyed by your refusal to accept it. You cry, "Why me?" instead of asking, "What now?" You resist what already is, and that resistance becomes your real prison. But once you let go of the illusion of control, you become untouchable. Imagine this. Barefoot, bleeding, every step on broken glass feels like fire under your skin. But you keep walking. Your feet don't get softer, they grow armor. That pain doesn't fade. It carves you into something primal, something unstoppable. Until one day that glass becomes nothing. You didn't escape it. You conquered it. That's what real strength is. Not being untouched by pain, but being baptized in it and walking out like a god of your own ashes. So the next time life guts you, don't patch it up. Don't numb it. Let it bleed. Let it carve your name in the storm. Then rise, not cleaned up, not polite, but savage, unshaken, forged. Let the pain mold you into something the world can't recognize, something it can't control. Because if you truly learn from pain, you don't walk like you used to. You move through life like it owes you nothing, and you fear nothing in return. Drop this in the fire below. My pain is not my prison, it's my rebirth. Number 2. Detach from what you can't control. You stare at your phone like it owes you a heartbeat. You see the online status, but your message is still blue, still hanging, still unanswered. And suddenly, your peace starts bleeding out. Every second becomes a scream in silence. You scroll, you wait. You beg the void for something, anything, to make you feel whole again. That's not love. That's chains disguised as care. And we do it because deep down, we're still convinced we can twist the universe into giving us what we crave. Their love, their validation, their reply. But the Stoic doesn't beg. He remembers the line Epictetus carved into eternity. Some things are up to us, and some are not. Not poetic, not metaphor, law. And the moment you try to grip what was never yours to hold, you lose everything that was. You become a slave to shadows, haunted by moods you didn't cause, wounded by silence you can't control, drowning in storms that were never yours to calm. But the Stoic? He stands still while the wind howls. His silence isn't weakness, it's war. You can't command their heart to stay. You can't rewind what they said. You can't scrub your name from the dirt they threw. You can't turn storms into sunshine or ghosts into loyalty. But you can rip your soul out of the claws of dependency. You can cut the strings. You can pull your energy back like a sword and slice through every illusion that made you believe you needed them to feel alive. That's not detachment. That's resurrection. Imagine this. Your life is a ship, and all hell breaks loose. People vanish. Plans fail. Storms tear through everything. But the captain doesn't scream at the sea. He grabs the wheel. White-knuckled, soaked, scarred, but he holds it. That's you. You don't stop the chaos. You outsteer it. And suddenly, the waves that used to drown you become background noise. The silence no longer strangles. The rejection no longer rots you. The loss no longer defines you. You stop checking your phone for healing. You stop waiting for closure like it's oxygen. You stop handing your soul to people who don't even recognize its worth. You learn to walk away, not bitter, not frozen, but clean. Because your power is not in what stays, it's in what doesn't break you when it leaves. That's the real art, not coldness, not apathy, but a quiet, burning mastery. A soul so rooted no betrayal can unearth it. A fire so inward no storm can snuff it out. If you've ever lost yourself in someone else's silence, drop this in the ashes. I let go. I reclaim my peace. Number 3. Master your inner dialogue. There's a demon that lives inside your skull, not a red-eyed monster, no claws, no smoke, just a voice, a whisper with knives in its teeth. It doesn't scream, it seeps into your mornings, into your silence, into the cracks between your confidence. You don't see it coming, but you feel it. And when it speaks, it doesn't use words. It stabs you with thoughts. You're worthless. She doesn't miss you. You'll never outrun who you used to be. And you nod, because you think that voice is you. But it's not. It's a parasite, a shadow stitched into your spirit by pain you never faced. It mimics your tone, copies your doubts, feeds on your failures. And if you don't chain it, it becomes you. That's the tragedy. Most men are puppets to the script written by their own fears. They laugh when they're supposed to, they nod when they're dying inside, and they never speak the truth out loud. I don't know who I am anymore. But the Stoic doesn't run. He walks into the noise, into the furnace, and burns away the fake. Epictetus didn't scream back at the voice. He rewired it. He didn't beg the world to shut up. He trained the monster within to obey. First, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. That's not poetry. That's war strategy. You don't wait for peace. You drag it out of fire. You build it with blood. You force the voice to speak your language. Not the other way round. Your mind is a battlefield. The enemy doesn't wear a uniform. He hides behind your own eyes. And every time you let it shame you, mock you, silence you, he gains ground. He builds walls in your confidence. He plants bombs in your future. But the moment, the second, you catch him speaking and say, "No, not today," you take back ground, inch by inch, scar by scar. When the voice says, "You're broken," you don't whisper, you roar, "I'm reforging." When it says, "No one will ever want you," you smirk, "Then I will become a man no one could deserve." When it says, "You've lost everything," you spit back, then I have nothing left to fear. You don't kill the voice. You tame it. You don't pretend it's gone. You train it like firewood, breaking its shape until it burns for you, until it shields you, until the noise becomes just that, noise. Because the man who conquers his mind becomes untouchable, not because the world got quieter, but because his silence got louder. Number 4, train yourself to expect chaos. You will not survive this life if you walk into it hoping for mercy. The world doesn't care how pure your heart is. It will burn your plans, spit on your comfort, and laugh while you try to glue the pieces back together. And if you expected sunshine, if you thought the winds would wait until you were ready, then congratulations. You just armed the storm with your own delusions. Most men die soft, not because they're weak in body, but because their minds were padded with fairy tales. They wake up expecting peace. They expect smiles. They expect loyalty from liars, comfort from chaos, and justice in a world where the wolves wear silk. And when things fall apart, as they always do, they cry like the world broke some unspoken deal. But the truth is, it never owed them a damn thing. A Stoic doesn't flinch. He doesn't beg for stability. He expects to bleed. He trains to lose. He rehearses death in the middle of life. He drinks disappointment like water. Why? Because he understands the contract. Life is unpredictable. People are fragile, and everything you build is sitting on sand. Epictetus didn't just accept this. He weaponized it. Premeditatio malorum, the ritual of imagining loss, not to drown in fear, but to become immune to shock. Every betrayal, predicted. Every loss, anticipated. Every storm, welcomed. Because if you've already tasted hell in your mind, no flame outside can set you ablaze. So imagine it, right now. Imagine the tire blowing out, the woman walking away, the phone call that rips your plans in half. Do you fold? Do you beg? Or do you stand up like a man who already bled for this moment in silence? You don't sharpen the sword once the war has begun. You sharpen it in the dark, alone, with trembling hands and no applause. That's where resilience is built, in the shadows, in the silence. In the moments no one sees, where you prepare for everything to collapse. They'll say you're cold, they'll say you're distant, they'll say you've changed. Good, because the version of you that expected peace was prey. The version of you that hoped for perfection was food. Now you're something else. Now you're the storm. Look around you. Most people are flowers in glass houses. One crack and they're screaming. One wrong word and they're spiraling. But not you. You're not here to beg the weather for warmth. You are the tree on the edge of the cliff. Wind-whipped, rain-hammered. Half your roots exposed, but still growing, still reaching, still undefeated. Let the world fall. Let the love disappear. Let the silence get loud. You've rehearsed this pain already. You own this chaos. You eat it like fuel, because the man who expects calm is a casualty waiting to happen. But the man who expects war becomes it. Number 5. Kill the ego that craves approval. You open your phone like a junkie reaches for a fix. Scroll, tap, refresh. Heartbeat rising, eyes scanning. 1 like, 2 views, no reply. And suddenly your soul starts shivering like a dog left out in the cold. You don't even know what you're chasing anymore, but your nervous system does. It's begging for attention like it's oxygen. You don't want to be seen. You want to be worshipped. You've been trained like a circus animal to dance for applause, to dress for strangers, to speak in tones that won't offend the crowd. But the crowd doesn't love you. The crowd doesn't care. They just scroll, yawn, and move on. while you're still bleeding from the silence. Every moment you crave their approval, you give away your throne to peasants. Ego is not confidence. It's rot. It looks tall, but it's hollow. It smiles, but it starves. It makes you feel important, right before it makes you feel like nothing at all. That's the trap. That's the drug. You post for attention and end up addicted to silence. You talk to be admired and end up gagged by rejection. Epictetus said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." Read that again, but this time hear it as a sword. You will be mocked. You will be misunderstood. You will lose people who only liked your mask. Good. Bury the mask. Burn the costume. Rip the microphone from your mouth and speak like you never needed an audience. Ego makes you loud, but truth walks in without saying a word, and everyone feels it. When you kill the ego, you no longer chase her message. You become the message. You no longer need the room to notice. You become the silence that breaks the room. You no longer need applause, because your footsteps sound louder than their claps ever did. Here's the image. Your ego is a glass doll sitting on a throne of straw. One word, one rejection, and it shatters. So, break it yourself. Rip it apart. Replace it with iron and granite and smoke. Stop being decorative. Start being untouchable, because when the man no longer needs to be liked, he becomes a storm they pray never turns in their direction. Number 6. Embrace discomfort because it changes you. There's a part of you that runs from discomfort, that recoils at the thought of struggle, that shudders at the idea of pain. You want to stay in the soft, comfortable places where nothing challenges you, where everything is predictable and easy. But here's the brutal truth. The path to real greatness is paved with discomfort. You can't escape it. You shouldn't. Epictetus once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." This isn't some calm, philosophical suggestion. It's a command. Real freedom isn't found in avoiding the hard stuff. It's found in confronting it head-on. It's in choosing to walk straight into the fire, to face the weight of the world, to embrace the heat that will refine you into something unbreakable. You don't grow by staying comfortable. You grow by battling through discomfort, by becoming something stronger with every painful step you take. The moment a tough situation hits, your first impulse will be to run, to seek shelter, to escape the pressure. But what if just for once you did the exact opposite? What if you saw discomfort not as an enemy, but as a relentless ally? The kind of ally that pushes you beyond your limits, that tears down the walls you've spent years building, that forces you to face yourself and evolve. What if you understood that this discomfort is the very thing that will forge your greatness? Imagine the blacksmith. Picture the heat, the fire, the hammer striking the molten iron again and again. Each blow, each second in the furnace turns that piece of metal into something new, something stronger. It's not just iron anymore. It's steel. It's sharper. It's tougher. It's battle-ready. You're that iron. Every challenge, every painful moment is the hammer that shapes you. And in that transformation, you stop being fragile. You stop being soft. You become something that can withstand whatever life throws your way. The next time discomfort knocks, don't shrink back. Don't run. Stand tall. Let it wash over you, consume you, and then step forward. Let it strip you bare and build you up. Ask yourself, what is this teaching me? What part of me is being sharpened right now? What strength is being forged in this fire? The truth is, growth isn't supposed to feel comfortable. It's supposed to feel like a transformation, a violent, necessary change that rips through your comfort zone and leaves you standing taller, stronger, more alive than before. Don't fear discomfort. Embrace it. You're not meant to remain soft. You're meant to become unbreakable. Number 7. Transform pain into power. You've been shattered. You've been crushed. You've felt the sting of betrayal, the weight of loss, and the haunting echoes of a life that made you feel like you weren't enough. But you want to know the truth. That pain, it didn't just scrape your surface. It buried itself so deep you can't even see the scars anymore. But they're there, aren't they? Invisible, wounding you every day. They shaped you. They rewired you. But here's what they didn't do. They didn't break you. Not completely. That pain, that's the spark, the fire, the fuel for your transformation. You think it's weakness? No, that's where the world gets it wrong. Pain isn't your downfall. It's the beginning of your rise. Stoicism doesn't tell you to erase your pain like it never happened. No, it tells you to use it, burn with it, become unrecognizable in the heat of it, because pain isn't something you run from. It's the forge where you are reborn. Look at Epictetus, born a slave, crippled. Do you think he allowed his pain to destroy him? Hell no. He didn't rise in spite of it. He rose through it. He let his pain be his master, and in doing so, he became something untouchable. Difficulties show a man to himself. This isn't some pretty, polished idea. This is reality. You don't meet your real self in the smooth, easy times. No, you meet the warrior within when everything falls apart, when you're broken, stripped raw, and standing with nothing left but your will. Think of fire. It can burn you to ashes, or it can forge you into something unbreakable. Your pain, it's that fire. You let it melt away the old, fragile version of yourself and forge the monster you're meant to become. Every scar, every wound, that's the hammer pounding your future into shape. Next time it hurts, don't look away. Don't numb it with distractions. Don't try to hide from it. Feel it. Let it sink deep. And then ask yourself, what is this pain teaching me? What boundary needs to rise from this? What strength is being born from this flame? When you stop running from your pain, it doesn't hold you hostage. It teaches you. When you face it head-on, it doesn't weaken you. It becomes your weapon. The moment you wear it proudly with no shame, it becomes your armor. You're not broken. You're reforged. You're not drowning in a sea of your own hurt. You're transforming. And the man who rises from the ashes of his pain, he carries a power that no comfort, no softness, no easy life can ever give him, because only the broken become unbreakable. Number 8. Live by action, not emotion. Let's not sugarcoat this. Your emotions have hijacked your life more times than you can count. You've screamed when silence would have made you powerful. You've begged when walking away would have made you king. You've thrown away self-respect like loose change just to feel something, just to feel seen. You keep saying, I was emotional. That's the problem. You can't build an empire on mood swings. You can't conquer your demons if you collapse every time the wind changes. Stoicism doesn't tell you to be numb. It tells you to be unbreakable. Let emotion knock, but don't open the damn door. Because when you hand the wheel to emotion, it doesn't drive you, it destroys you. You think strength is loud. You think discipline is theatrical. No, it's quiet. It's cold. It's that moment you swallow the urge to explode and choose precision instead of chaos. Epictetus didn't say, feel nothing. He said, don't explain your philosophy, embody it. That means stop writing warrior quotes and start living like a weapon. Stop pretending to be powerful. Become so calm, it's terrifying. Here's the visual. You're standing in a storm, wind cutting, lightning screaming. And in your hand, a torch, your flame, your standard, your principles. You could run, let the chaos dictate your direction, but you don't. You move slow, deliberate, because the flame stays alive when the man stays grounded. Let that image burn in your mind. The storm doesn't kill you, it reveals your posture. Emotion is a child throwing fists in a glass room. But action is a loaded silence. It's war without noise. You don't need to shout when your presence hits harder than any scream. You don't chase, you don't beg, you don't perform for love. You walk like gravity, and the world adjusts around you. Start treating your day like a battleground. You don't just wake up and see how you feel. You wake up and choose who the hell you are. Say it. Today, I won't bark. I'll build. Today, I won't flinch. I'll focus. Today, I won't talk. I'll transform. Because you don't explain character, you live it. And let them laugh. Let them question you. Let them misunderstand your silence. Because while they talk, you move. While they react, you build your kingdom brick by brick. And when the dust clears and everyone's burned out from emotional chaos, you'll still be standing, quiet, powerful, untouchable. Number 9. Guard your mind like a sacred temple. Your mind, it's not a hallway for everyone to walk through. It's not a trash bin for the world to dump its noise into. It is sacred ground. A kingdom built from silence, carved with scars, and hardened by storms. And you're the gatekeeper. But if you've been sleeping at the door, letting poison drip in drop by drop, don't be surprised when your inner world starts to rot. This isn't just about focus. This is about your survival. Because when the world wants to break you, it doesn't start with your body. It comes for your mind. It slithers in through whispers. It crawls in through doubt. It disguises itself as entertainment, pleasure, comfort. And it hijacks your throne while you scroll with glassy eyes. Every thought you let in is a seed. And seeds don't stay seeds. They bloom into habits, identities, realities. Guard what grows in your soil. You don't put a golden crown on a pig. So why place your divine attention on worthless things? You weren't built to absorb trash. You were born to filter the storm, to remain untouched in the middle of madness. That's what the ancient warriors of discipline knew. The battle is always within. The real war is invisible. You lose it the moment you let weakness feel at home in your temple. The moment you say, it's just one video. Just one more scroll. Just one more toxic friend. That's not mercy. That's surrender. You're not a sponge. You're a blade. You're supposed to cut through noise, not soak it up. Every time you open your door to nonsense, you let filth settle where gold was supposed to shine. You let cowards stain your walls. You let comparison steal your mirror. And slowly, the sacred becomes familiar, and the familiar becomes forgotten. Do you know what happens when a temple is left unguarded? It becomes a ruin, overrun, desecrated, haunted. Don't let your mind become a ghost town filled with the voices of people who never mattered. You want peace? Don't look for it. Protect it. Fight for it. Fortify it. Carve silence out of the noise like a sword through fog. Set fire to distractions. Starve them. Exile them. Let your discipline howl like a wolf inside that temple. And when someone tries to come in with fear on their tongue or envy in their eyes, don't flinch. Don't engage. Just stare through them like glass and close the damn door. No debate. No excuse. Just silence. You are the priest. You are the king. You are the last line of defense. And this temple you guard, it's not just your mind. It's your future. It's your legacy. It's the weapon that cuts through the chains the world tries to throw on your back. So don't treat it like a casual thing. Treat it like holy ground. Let your thoughts be sacred, your focus be sharp, and your soul be clean. Repeat this until your bones believe it. My mind is off limits to weakness. No one walks in unless they bow. No thought enters unless it earns its place. I guard my temple, I rule my domain, and I burn down anything that dares to defile it. Number 10. Die daily to be fully alive. You want to truly live? Then you need to learn how to die every single day, not in some soft, philosophical way, but in a real, brutal, soul-crushing way. Die to the part of you that wants comfort over growth. Die to the weak version of you that would rather stay safe than take risks. Die to the man who hides behind excuses and waits for things to fall into place. That version of you, kill it. Every single day. You're not born to just exist. You're born to burn everything that keeps you small. Most men are walking corpses. They breathe, they move, but they're not really alive. They're suffocating on their own comfort, stuck in the monotony of what's easy, stuck in a loop of meaningless routine. They settle into mediocrity, hoping the world will hand them something better. But nothing happens unless you take it. You want life to ignite in you? You need to let go of the past, let go of your weaknesses, let go of the crutches that keep you from running. Burn it down. The Stoics knew this. They lived with death on their shoulder, like a constant reminder that time was running out. Memento mori. Remember, you will die. It wasn't just some phrase. It was a call to action. It was their way of waking up to the raw truth. You can waste your days waiting for life to give you something, or you can tear everything down and rebuild yourself from the ground up. You must choose to die to what's weak, what's fake, what's comfortable. No one else is going to do it for you. Real growth is violent. It rips you apart. It tears away the layers of who you thought you were, leaving you raw and exposed. But this is where strength is born. You think growth is pretty? It's not. It's the crash of your pride, the shattering of your comfort zone, the destruction of the lies you've built your life around. You've got to be ready to lose everything, to burn down every old version of yourself, every habit, every excuse. Let it all burn. Only then can you rise from the ashes. Don't wait for a wake-up call. Don't wait for tragedy to strike. Die now. Die to your fear. Die to the excuses. Die to your need for approval. Die to that pathetic part of you that just wants to play it safe. You've got to kill your past if you ever want to step into your future. Each day is a chance to die. And if you can die to everything that holds you back, then you're free to become anything. And when you start living like that, when you start dying to the things that chain you, you stop being afraid of anything. You stop being afraid of change, of pain, of failure. Because when you learn to die every day, you can't be hurt. You can't be controlled. You become untouchable. And that's when you start living like a man who has nothing to lose and everything to gain. You've just been handed 10 Stoic principles, not theories, not guidelines. These are weapons, meant to make you unstoppable. You won't be immune to pain, but you'll wield it like a weapon. You won't be numb to the world, but you'll rise above it, unshaken, unbroken. You won't be indifferent. You'll be selective. You'll know exactly where to pour your energy and where to hold back your fire. And that's power. If you felt a fire ignited inside you today, don't let it burn out. Take these principles. Brand them into your soul. Let them be your armor. Let your silence hit harder than any scream. Let your presence command attention, not because you want it, but because you deserve it. This isn't just about learning. This is about becoming. You are not here to react like a puppet to life's strings. You are here to respond like a king, a warrior, a force that refuses to bend. Stay grounded, stay stoic, and don't you dare forget, you are a storm. You are not meant to fit in this world. You're meant to change it.